Good morning, everybody. My name is Mohammed Abdul Rahman, and I am a Shrine Governor. Today, with me, our Shrine volunteer, Ralph Boyce, joining with us. And I also can see from here, somebody that joining with us that's very special. She is an artist and photographer, Janine Tyrone. Janine is the author of the powerful fine art publication of Service, which uncovers the diverse stories of more than 100 veterans and their lives beyond service. Thank you, Janine, to join with us. And Ralph, thank you too. On the behalf of the trustees, welcome to the Shrine of Remembrance in Melbourne. Please be aware that this service is live streamed. We embraced the diversity of our community and acknowledge the Bunurong people of the Kulin Nation as the traditional custodians of the land on which we honor Australian Defence Force service and sacrifice. We pay our respect to the elders, the past and present. This Shrine of Remembrance was dedicated in 1934 to those Victorians and Australians who enlisted and served in the First World War. Our purpose now is to honor the service and sacrifice of all Victorians and Australians in war, conflict, peacemaking, and peacekeeping. We warmly welcome all veterans and members of the Australian Defence Force and our allied forces and their families that love and support them. In today's monthly remembrance service, a wreath will be laid in the memory of the bravery and sacrifice displayed by those who serve in ships or units of the Royal Australian Navy, the Australian Army, and the Royal Australian Air Force. Shrine Guard, take post. The Shrine Guard has protected and provided ceremonial support to the shrine since 1935. They wear a uniform similar to that of the Australian Light Horse during the First World War, a legacy of those first Shrine Guard, all of whom were veterans of that war. Remembrance services are an important feature of the Shrine's commemorative program and have been conducted by the Veterans Association since 1934. These services allow veterans to honor bonds forged in conflict, to remember mates with whom they serve. Many did not return from active service, and more have since passed away. With the passage of time, no services are conducted by veterans of World War I and II. Notwithstanding, the tradition continues. Each month, a wreath is laid by the Stone of Remembrance on behalf of those unable to continue their pilgrims. Today, the wreath will be laid by Ralph Boyce. The name of those who enlisted in Victoria and served overseas during the First World War are recorded forever in the books displayed in the ambulatory that surround us. They served in the German New Guinea, on the Gallipoli Peninsula, in the Middle East, the France and Belgium, on the oceans of the world, and in the skies above. In the First World War, 114,000 Victorians enlisted, 89,000 served overseas, and 19,000 made the supreme sacrifice. In the Second World War, 297,000 Victorians enlisted, and 10,900 died. Over 7 years, they served in many of the European and Middle Eastern and Pacific theaters, including on home soil in the defense of Australia. Following the Second World War, Australians served in every area of Allied conflict as combatants and as peacekeepers. In Korea, Vietnam, Southeast Asia, Namibia, Rwanda, Sudan, Timor, Afghanistan, and Iraq. Many Australian service personnel currently serve overseas and domestic duty. Today we remember, in particular, those who serve in this month in the following ships and units: the Great War, Royal Australian Navy, the destroyer HMAS Parramatta, which served in the Pacific early World War I and went to European waters in mid-1917, where she sank a submarine in July 1917. The light cruiser HMAS Psyche, which served in the Pacific and the patrol of the Bay of Bengal throughout World War I. HMAS Hobart, which served in the Mediterranean. She was torpedoed by the submarine on 20 July 1917, but after a refit, she continued to serve until the end of the war. Australian Army, 118th, 119th, and 120th batteries were equipped with howitzer and provided support to the 5th Australian Infantry Division over more than 2 years in the Western Front. 1st and 2nd Squadrons on the 1st Remount unit maintained the supply of horses to all 5 brigades of the Australian Light Horse during the desert campaign in the Middle East. The Second World War, HMAS Ajax, a British warship that worked with the Royal Australian Navy's scrap iron flotilla and class destroyers, and HMAS Sydney across the Mediterranean during World War II. Ajax also participated in D-Day and the Battle of Matapan. The Vietnam War. The Australian Army Training Team Vietnam, AATTV, was the first Australian unit into Vietnam, deploying in July 1962. They were a team of instructors sent to work with the South Vietnamese unit as advisors, but often ended up fighting alongside with the South Vietnamese. The AATTV was highly decorated, 1,000 men served. 33 were killed in action or died in service. The wreath will now be laid. I invite you to place your personal tribute to the stone of remembrance or your poppy in the urns provided. Please follow me. The ode will now be recited, followed by the sounding of the last post. The ode is the 4th verse of Lawrence Benion's poem, For the Fallen. The last post is a traditional military bugle call that marked the end of day. It is now played to commemorate those killed in service. If you are able to, please stand. I encourage you to participate in repeating the phrases. We will remember them, and lest we forget.
They shall grow not old as we are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning we will remember them. Lest we forget.
Please now join us in the singing of the Australian National Anthem.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts, all beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains that let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Shrine Guard, fall out. I also like to acknowledge our Shrine CEO is joining with us, Mr. Dean Lee. Yeah, thank you, Dean, for joining with us today. That concludes today's Remembrance Service. Thank you for your attendance and participation. Please continue your peaceful reflection here in the sanctuary, upstairs on the balcony, and downstairs in the galleries of Remembrance Day. I hope you have a good day. Thank you.